What began 7 years ago as a one-day festival to commemorate Juneteenth here in Chattanooga, at the time the only event of its kind in this city, is now a year-long series of festivals that celebrates the Black experience across the arts. The series begins Friday with the Black Wall Street RBG Ball, starting at 6 p.m. at the McCallie Avenue event space at 1304 McCallie Avenue. Rick Morris is founder and CEO of the Chattanooga Festivals of Black Arts and Ideas. Rick, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Ray.
A lot happening in August from the festivals. Let's start with what's happening on Friday.
This is the beginning of our first full season for the festival series. And so we're kicking it off with the Chattanooga Black Wall Street Society's RBG Ball. We've renamed it because we're really going to be concentrating on Black businesses and philanthropy, because August is also Black Philanthropy Month. So at the ball on August 1st, it'll start at 6 o'clock, we will have Miss Neshawn Calloway as Miss Bessie Smith, because we're honoring the Black Wall Street, which was around the 1900 turn of the century, like 1900s, 1920. And so she's going to be there doing Bessie Smith to perform some of the interesting music for that. And then we have about 50 people on the roster for the Black Wall Street Society. And that was a program that we developed for fund development, where we're asking these businesses to support the festival, but to also just support any Black artwork that's happening in Chattanooga. Because while you may be a Black business, you don't always think about the philanthropy end of that. And so we really are encouraging businesses to start to think about and to plan for their opportunities to support the arts.
Where and when is this on Friday?
McCallie Avenue on McCallie Avenue, and it'll start at 6 o'clock with the cocktail section, and then that's where Neshawn will be singing. And then at 7 o'clock, we are bringing back Chef Kenyatta as the preparer for an incredible gourmet meal like he's done for the last 4 years. So that will happen at 7. And then at 8 o'clock, we're doing a very special ceremony where we are pinning those members of the Black Wall Street Society. We've developed a logo and a lapel pin for them to get that. So we are really excited about being able to have this opportunity with them.
And then on Friday, August 15th and Saturday, August 16th, we have something new called Indaba.
Indaba is a Zulu word which means important meeting. And this was something that the men of the village would do periodically when they needed to discuss something that was really key to the survival or to the running of the village. And for us, it's exactly the same thing. Indaba is an opportunity for us to bring together Black artists here in Chattanooga to talk about how would it be if we were working together to be a more united front, but to also share in some of the activities that we do as artists and the education. If you think of everybody has something that they can offer, you put all of those things in a bucket, we're going to be a lot better than if everyone's trying to do it on their own. So Indaba is the beginning of this discussion and conversation. I've invited lots of Black leaders of Black arts organizations, and of course it's open to any Black artist that wants to come to this event. I'm calling it the first Black Arts Conference. But from now on, it'll be known as Indaba. So Indaba is also going to be part of a new initiative that the Black Arts and Ideas Festivals is having, which is called BAND, B-A-N-D. There's a whole lot of different meanings for the word band. In this case, we're bringing together the Black artists here in Chattanooga and surrounding areas. Black Artist Network and Directory. We're creating on our website a directory that will list any Black artist who wants to be listed there. They will be divided by genre, so music, dance, literature, and then we'll also have a tech section. So if you're a designer or you are a technician in terms of music and sound, lights, then you'll get listed on that as well. To provide an opportunity not only for Black artists to collaborate and find people that they might need, but for the community. If you're looking to hire a Black artist, this is going to be the place where you can go to find them.
And then talk more about what's happening during Indaba on the 15th and the 16th.
So we're starting the conference out with Indaba on that 15th with a screening. They're having a screening at the Walker Theater, and we have invited the members, people that may be coming to the conference, to do this. Also a show of unity. The screening is actually being presented by Culture, Company, and Museum in partnership with Chattanooga City to do the screening of 6888, which, as you know, is a movie that came out last year about women in the military. So we're inviting our attendees to the conference to go in and really help patronize that particular event. And then on Saturday, we'll be bringing together when the real conference will happen. We have Dr. Michael Williams from UTC, who is a professor of Black Studies and Africana Studies. And he's going to come and talk about who we are. Because I think part of what's missing in this whole scenario is we don't really know. We talk about how we have Black History Month, but it's always around slavery. And then we talk about ourselves as being descendants of slavery. But the reality is we were the first humans on the planet. And so I really want to try and use that definitely as a way to bring us together, but also as a sense of pride, so we can understand who we are and where our place is on this planet. And so with that information, it's a whole different attitude that you have when you think, oh my gosh, I'm a descendant of the first humans on the planet, as opposed to just, and I say just, but instead of just thinking about our time, the 400 years here in America.
And then where and when for the conference on Saturday the 16th?
Yeah. So Indaba will be at the Howard School. Obviously, the screening will be at the Memorial Auditorium and Walker Theater, but the actual meat of the conference will be at Howard starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go until about 4 with a lunch break. It's free at this point. We just want people to come and participate. We want to hear feedback about what you anticipate the band being like. What will it take to bring us together, to unify us as an organization, as a group, as a community here in Chattanooga.
And then there is the James Baldwin Festival of Words.
Well, when we said this was the kickoff of the season, we wanted to kick it off fully, so the whole month of August is working. Yes, so the James Baldwin Festival will be on the 23rd of August. It's a single day this time, but a really different focus, and this is playing off of what we did for Juneteenth. We had Juneteenth. So we really are taking the festivals and some of the ideas and really focusing on the youth. So they're really taking a great focus on the young people in Chattanooga and seeing how we can help with literacy when it comes to that. There are a lot of gaps there, and we want to see what we can do as a community to fill the gaps of those students who are having challenges when it comes to literacy.
And we'll be talking more about that with the one and only Marcia Mills.
Yes, Marcia is the director of the James Baldwin Festival, and she is incredible. So I'm not going to steal any of her thunder because she has planned this.
Nobody can.
No, you really can't. So we're going to let you know more about that. But please go to our website, which is blackartsandideasfest.com, and you will see the full listing of what's happening. And you can also see the full season because, like I said, we're starting in August, and every other month we'll be producing a festival. And it's 7 different festivals, and then we'll have these different programs from bi-monthly meetings with the band, which is the Black Artists Network, to do some professional development, and we'll have other activities for the community as well. So we're really excited. This is the first time to kick off this season, and I've kicked it off with a bang. So I'm happy about that. So we really need the participation of the entire community. Even though a lot is centered around the Black community, it is something that everyone can participate. You can come to the Black Wall Street Ball. You can come to any of the events that we have. Is open to the public, the entire public.
All right. Rick, thanks so much.
Thank you, Ray.